The violence that ensued yesterday bringing bad name to the farmers' protests. Now farmers saying that they are not farmers. Those who vandalized property are not farmers. They were goons who tried to infiltrate. They've also damaged 10 to 11 acres of crops in the vicinity. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court is now proposing to form a committee to facilitate solution to the ongoing face-off over the farm laws. The Apex Court has asked the centre and the farm unions to suggest names for expert committee. In fact, the Supreme Court is likely to issue the order by tomorrow. The government, meanwhile, has sought that the Supreme Court pass injunction orders against any protest to be held on the 26th of January. The farmers are planning a massive tractor rally on that day. In fact, the Supreme Court noted that they don't want blood on their hands and cannot ask the farmers to stop the stir, but can definitely tell them to shift their protest site. The CJI-led bench also came down heavy on the Modi government, saying that they are disappointed with the way the government handled the protest. CJI asked as to why it is such a prestige issue for the centre, the government, to issue a temporary stay on the laws. Though the Supreme Court said that it is not in favour of repealing the laws, the centre could hold the laws for a little while so as to bring in negotiations and discussions between the farmers and the expert committee before actually implementing the law. The hearing will continue tomorrow.
आज देश की सबसे बड़ी अदालत सर्वोच्च न्यायालय में सुबह से ही किसानों के प्रोटेस्ट को लेकर किसान फार्मर्स बिल को लेकर सुनवाई हुई। उनमें ऑनरेबल चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया ने केस के शुरुआत में ही साफ तौर पर केंद्र सरकार को डांटते हुए कहा कि इस तरह से इतने दिन हो गए हैं, पिछली डेट 17 दिसंबर से आज 11 दिसंबर हो गई, तब से अब तक इतनी पिटीशन हो चुकी हैं, इतना टाइम लग चुका है, इतने किसान मर चुके हैं, कुछ तो सुसाइड कर चुके हैं, बारिश हो चुकी है, मौसम कितना ठंडा है, इन सब बातों के बावजूद भी वार्ताएं चल रही हैं, डायलॉग चल रहे हैं, 8 बार वार्ताएं हो चुकी, सफल क्यों नहीं हो रही, क्यों नहीं आपकी वार्ताएं सिरे चढ़ रही?
Now let's take a listen to all those political reactions coming in on the same.
കേന്ദ്രത്തിൽ അധികാരത്തിലിരിക്കുന്ന ബിജെപി ഗവൺമെന്റിന്റെ ഭൂരിപക്ഷമുണ്ട് എന്ന ഹൂങ്കിന്റെ അടിസ്ഥാനത്തിൽ എല്ലാ ജനാധിപത്യ വിരുദ്ധമായ മാർഗങ്ങളും ഉപയോഗിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഈ രാജ്യത്തെ ആകെ കോർപ്പറേറ്റുകൾക്ക് വധിച്ചു കൊടുത്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ആ ഹൂങ്കിനെതിരായ സമരം ഇതിപ്പോ കാർഷിക മേഖലയിൽ മാത്രമല്ല, എല്ലാ വ്യവസായശാലകളും കോർപ്പറേറ്റുകൾക്ക് തീർകൊടുത്തു കഴിഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്നു. എല്ലാം കോർപ്പറേറ്റുകൾക്ക് തീർകൊടുക്കുന്ന ഈ കേന്ദ്ര ഗവൺമെന്റിന്റെ സമീപനത്തിനെതിരായി കേരളത്തിലെയും ഇന്ത്യയിലെയും ജനങ്ങൾ നടത്തുന്ന ഉജ്ജ്വലമായ സമരം.
हम चाहते हैं कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट किसान की सुने, किसान का, क्योंकि सबका जो सबसे बड़ा इशू है इस टाइम वो किसान के स्वाभिमान का है, किसान की जमीन का है, किसान के आने वाले पुश्तों का है, तो वो कैसे चलेगा? सुप्रीम कोर्ट मानते हैं कि वो मतलब अच्छा फैसला देगा, हमें आस है.
Let's quickly cut across to Anisha joining us live from the Supreme Court. Ashutosh Mishra reporting from the Singhu border. Anisha, the Supreme Court, they're making a couple of observations, of course, about the severity of the situation, the farmers' protests and those sites being very sensitive. At the same time, siding with the farmers and showing some sort of empathy, asking for the government to put the laws on abeyance, to hold those laws on abeyance. Now, at a time like this, does the Supreme Court indicate that the farmers who are protesting by the borders should be moved out? They are allowed to protest, they are allowed to continue, it's their fundamental right, but not at that protest site. So does that mean indirectly that the Supreme Court is now getting ready to ask for the farmers to move out of those border areas and go into a designated spot? And of course, the government, on the other hand, to hold the farm laws. What more was said?
To answer all of your questions, the court has made two things very clear. One, that they want an amicable solution. Two, they do not want any violence or bloodshed. With that background, the court has specifically said that we are not happy with the way this entire situation has been handled. We want to pass orders to hold these laws in abeyance, hold the implementation in abeyance, and in the meantime we also want that the farmers should come to the table and negotiate. One thing that the Chief Justice has said very clearly, that he is worried about the aged persons, women and children who are at the Delhi borders in the cold with the COVID situation worsening. They do not want people to stay there on the road. However, I'm again making it clear, no orders have been passed. This is a request going in from the Chief Justice of India that at least aged persons and women and children should move away from the protest site and go back home. When it comes to the court has also made it very clear that it is not going to pass any orders saying that you cannot protest at the site. They have questioned whether it can be moved to a different spot. The lawyers for the farmer union, of course, said that they want permission to come to Ramlila Maidan in Delhi and continue the protest there. However, no orders have been passed on this regard. The government, of course, came under severe fire from the court. The Attorney General and Solicitor General also being asked repeatedly, why is it that when we asked you to get instruction on whether you can, the government can hold the laws in abeyance, why has the government not come out and given us a response yet? And why is it that despite so many rounds of talks, it seems that nothing has gone forward? We are very disappointed in the way the government has so far handled the matter. These are the observations coming from the court, which has indicated that it wants to set up an expert committee, possibly one headed by a retired Chief Justice of India and holding members from the ICAR and other expert organizations, which could then sit down at the table, listen to all sides of the argument, the protesting farmers, the government, any organizations which are in favor of or against these protests, and then that committee can then file a report. And in the meantime, the court has indicated that till the committee files this report, the farm laws could be put in abeyance, the implementation could be put in abeyance, but we'll have to wait and see what the final orders coming from the court are going to be. There is a likelihood that partial order could be passed today, while there could be a detailed hearing tomorrow once the lawyers for the farm unions and the government come back with instructions from their client on what they want the next step to be.
Right, Anisha, thank you very much. Let me quickly cut across to Ashutosh there, joining us from the Singhu border. Ashutosh, the farmers' sentiments, if you could take us through. We understand that the farmers' unions welcomed the Supreme Court's ask for putting the farm laws in abeyance, to hold on to the farm laws until a resolution has come about. Of course, a committee to be formed is what the Supreme Court says. Until then, keep the laws on hold. Farmers at the court who are representing the unions were welcoming it.
Nabila, point number one, none of the agitating farmers union went to Supreme Court against the farm laws. And that's very clear. None of these agitating union. They did not go to farm law. It was random petitions filed by a law student and some other. And then Supreme Court issued the notice and made all these unions party. And that's why they sent their advocate to appear on behalf of them. Secondly, all farmers unions are waiting for the final outcome of the Supreme Court hearing. Third, they did call a meeting and press conference right after the Supreme Court hearing, but then later it was postponed. As the order did not come, the final hearing is due tomorrow. When the order will come, of course, they will clear their stand. Fourth, farmers never went to Supreme Court opposing the legality or validity of these farm laws, as they say. They are saying we never challenge legality, as it is government prerogative and parliament has right to pass any law, declare anything, make law on anything. But what they are saying, the law that has been passed by the parliament has an adverse reaction, adverse impact on our lives, and that's why we are agitating. Point number 6, these farmers are from day one saying that bringing these laws was a political decision. Political executive exercise was done to pass these laws. Hence, instead of court, let the government resolve this crisis politically, and that was to repeal these laws by the same constitution, using the same constitution machinery, or be the ordinance, executive order, or calling the parliamentary session. Since the matter has now gone to the Supreme Court, CGI has expressed its concern, also questions the government, the way it has handled so far the negotiation. Now indeed they are hopeful that there is a little scope, little window for face saving for the government, as well as end this deadlock between government and farmers. The final outcome and the reaction indeed will come from the farmers tomorrow, only after the Supreme Court final orders.
Thank you very much, Ashutosh, for joining us with those details, and of course, Anisha, for all the updates from the Supreme Court. We continue tracking these updates from the Supreme Court as it takes up the hearing to continue tomorrow as well. But in the meanwhile, 9 big takeaways from the Supreme Court. What happened today? Let me give you a small glimpse into it. The Supreme Court first said that the court is not in favor of repealing laws for now. This is what the court has said, not in favor of repealing laws as yet, but they're going to look into other angles of this entire protest that's coming to fore. The Supreme Court then goes on to say that the government must put farm laws on hold, else the Supreme Court themselves will. Remember, this is a point of contention. The government has been mulling over whether or not to put the farm laws on hold. Here's the Supreme Court now stepping in, saying that the government must consider putting the laws on hold. If not, the Supreme Court itself will do it. And then, of course, the Supreme Court going on to say that the court can't order stopping of the stir, can't really shift it. Basically, the court has said the farmers have a fundamental right to protest, and the court can't possibly order for the farmers to end their agitation or their stir. They can't be shifted as well. It's not for the court to be deciding for them. The farmers are allowed to continue protest. And then you have the court saying that, or rather asking for an expert panel to be formed. The court suggestion there that form an expert panel to discuss the farm laws, of course with experts from the subject, representatives from the government and those from the farmers' unions to come together and discuss on the new farm laws and see what resolution can be done on that. Now, of course, the request that the centre has made, the centre has appealed to the Supreme Court asking for court to issue an injunction order to stop the protests that will be taking place on the Republic Day celebration. As per the farmers, they had planned and in fact structured an entire rally there on Republic Day celebration. They had a tractor march that was held. The court saying they can't do much, the cops will have to stop them. Now, this is what the court has observed, that they don't want violence at the protest site. This is something that the court has observed, keeping in mind the sensitive situation along the border areas. The court now saying that they don't want blood in their hands and they do not want violence at the protest site, almost indirectly indicating that if they could move from the border areas to a more designated, safer spot, that would be better. Now, the court also going on to say, is the government part of a solution? Remember, the Supreme Court has been wrapping the government ever since the hearing began earlier today. The Supreme Court has asked the government and the way it's handled, questioned the government on the way it's handled this entire stir, saying, almost asking the government if they are part of a problem or a solution here. And then the court going on to say that they are very unhappy with the government's way of handling these protests. Now, this is exactly what the hearing started off with the CJI almost categorically saying that the court is absolutely unhappy with the way the centre has handled the protest, the farmers' protest so far, saying what has happened to all those rounds of talks that's been conducted between the farmers and the government. Now, here's the court saying that the government must find an amicable solution. Now, this was exactly the focus of the Supreme Court, to try and ask why after so many rounds of talks, after 9 rounds of talks, so far there hasn't been a conclusion or a resolution, the deadlock hasn't come to an end. So, Supreme Court there asking for why there isn't an amicable solution as yet, and ordering for the government to find ways to find an amicable solution on that.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.